right, so I need a little bit of context here. So
Gladly.
this has been 3 year skip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are now how far after or before Yavin?
So we are 9 BBY now. The events of the solo movie happened 10 BBY,
Okay.
and we are 4 to 5 years before the beginning of Rebels.
All right. Yeah, so the Ryloth is a protectorate of the Galactic Empire.
Yes, Protectorate, kind of free, but not actually free whatsoever.
What, Ryloth? That slave planet?
Yeah, that's Slave Planet. You know the one. All right, well, I guess we should roll for some light side, dark side points, eh? Should we do that?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
KO rolls 1 dark side.
I rolled the GM, rolled 2 dark side.
Grix Vondair has rolled 1 light side.
Laird has rolled 1 light side.
That's 1 dark side for Berkin.
All right, which leaves us with a pool of 2 light and 4 dark. Okay, so you guys just went to your various stations aboard Zatuz's Deceit and started prepping the ship for immediate takeoff. And we get those little speed lines form, and the ship jumps into hyperspace, heading towards Corellia, of course. Zatuz's Deceit does have one of the fastest hyperdrives available. And fortunately, over the 3 years, you guys were able to repair it. You were fortunate enough to have a talented mechanic such as Tally with you. Shortly after entering into hyperspace, Tally has been running various checks done in engineering to make sure that the hyperdrive itself is all holding together and working fine. And after a few minutes, she gives a virtual thumbs up over the communicator, or the intercom, rather, that the ship seems to be traveling.
What does that thumbs up sound like?
Virtual thumbs up from Tally and engineering.
Yeah, like what Grix did. Grix has it down.
So, okay, Elliot, you've got the voice of the ship now, right?
Oh, God, is that the voice of the ship's AI? Because that's terrible. Is that one?
Plotting course to Coruscant.
Oh, man, this is bad. So, yeah, virtual thumbs up. Ship's traveling smoothly. Grix, Vondair, you are presumably still piloting, or are piloting at this moment, yes?
Yes, indeed. Am piloting.
Okay, perfect. So it's the first time flying the ship, of course, but you've been flying for many years. You can roughly estimate that it'll take about 2 days to reach Corellia from Nal Hutta. You know that the route to get there isn't as smooth as other routes, like the Corellian run that you will be taking when you move the cargo to Ryloth. But, you know, otherwise, for the time being, while you're in hyperspace, you're more or less on autopilot for a little bit, and you're generally free to move about the ship until you're needed, I guess.
Sounds good. 2 days travel. Not a super smooth run, but Corellian run will be smooth when we do that, I believe.
Yeah, should be.
Should be. Big air quote.
It should be. You know, and anything can happen.
That sounds good.
All right, so we have we have 2 days roughly in hyperspace. What are you guys going to do over the 2 days that you have up in this ship? Tell me what you get up to, what you're doing, have some of the conversations that you guys have.
Well, I think we should get some steel time in.
Some what?
Oh, yeah. Some
Yes.
steel
We need
time.
to
That's
work
right.
on our steel.
Yeah.
And for everyone that doesn't remember what steel is, what is steel, Patrick?
The strategic team building exercise arena location.
I totally
Perfect.
forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just a fancy way of saying gymnasium.
All right. So Grix would spend some time over the 2 days in engineering with Tally, learning about the fine tunings of the engines and checking readings and whatnot, just getting a further appreciation of the ship. Probably would also do a walk around the whole ship and just checking in with everybody, making sure all the stations were manned and all the stations had what they needed supply wise.
Yeah.
Upon hearing cacophony, Grix would see what's going on in the steel and watch the training happening in the strategic team building and exercise arena location.
It's great. Top notch. So who's stealing away some exercise time?
Well, I think a lot of the time Laird would be tuning up his guns and adjusting sights and making sure everything's oiled and cleaned. You never know when you're going to need to hit the ground running.
I mean, you have so many guns, it probably takes 2 days just to do all that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a passion of Laird's, so he gets a bit excessive with it, but it's all everything has a place too. When you go into his room, it's pretty bare, but everything, he's got a big workbench to spread everything out on. And when he takes a break from that, he heads out to Eavesdrop to enjoy company of his favorite bartender once again and have many a drink.
Love it. And Evie, the bartender, makes that exact same drink for you as perfect as he did the first time before he was allegedly destroyed by KO.
Allegedly. Yeah, I think that drink is called the Laird by now because I order it every time.
It probably is.
Do the bar staff and everybody shout out Laird when you come in?
I think that's a Cheers reference.
Yeah, it's very much a Cheers reference.
Sometimes you got to go where everyone knows your name.
Excellent.
Yeah, I like droids looking towards the door when I walk in, just turning 90 degrees at the waist and then arms go up. Laird.
Laird, it is so good to see you again. Would you like to have another Laird?
Always.
Two of my favorite people.
He's got a really bad sense of humor because the drink obviously isn't a person. Jokes are funny when you have to explain them.
And of course, Laird would also stop by or steal away from exercise for some exercise time every once in a while. Got to keep in top condition.
Berkin, would we be practicing some of our new force abilities?
Yes. So yeah, we've moved a bunch of boxes around, some and whatnot in the Steele room, and picked up some smaller droids or whatnot, and we're using them to hone our abilities. Think what Luke Skywalker did with that little laser bot or whatever with the lightsaber. Except
a training droid?
Just a little training droid, yeah. We got a couple of them or whatnot. Maybe some actual target dummies, and just practicing all of our different force abilities, and also spending a lot of time in meditation.
So would Berkin and KO, would you guys be moving things around in the Steele, where other people could see?
That is a good question. What do you think, Berkin?
I think that this room has two incredibly large, double doors that you can, that kind of slide in on the side, to completely close off the room from the other part of the hangar bay. And it can be locked from the inside. So I think that this room can be there's a schedule of use. And I think that we've kind of signed our names up for this particular time period, this time slot, and we've put the equivalent of a "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door and locked it up while we're inside.
I like having it be private.
Anybody who's walking by just hears loud noises of boxes being completely thrown around. There's laser fire. There's bodies hitting the floor, and you can hear Berkin's painful grunts as he hits the floor, hits the wall or whatnot.
Yes, the Steele Room, formerly known as the Gymnasium, it was renamed after around 1 year of the reconstruction. The Steele Room was a rather important room to complete early on in the process, as some of the team's secrets are required to remain secret, and part of that is through hiding those secrets from the prying eyes of other members aboard the ship for the time being, and also kind of a sort of safe place where you can practice using those secrets under the tutelage of Tally, who early on kind of chimed into having this room pushed to completion for the exact purpose of that. Shortly after the Steele Room was completed, it was renamed due to some of management's naming conventions. And Sally had begun to train you in a few things, part of those relating to the Force, and in other ways to defend yourself when only absolutely necessary. She had, over the course of the 3 years, she had revealed to select members of the crew that she was a former Jedi Padawan. She happened to be in possession of a few training lightsabers, if you will, and she has been instructing you in the use of those tools. So a good use to keep the steel room on lockdown while it is being used by Berkin and KO. Exposition. You guys get up to anything else here?
Let's see here. Training. I'm with KO's. We'll also be doing some meditation. Now, Berkin, do we meditate together, or are we going to meditate separately? Or do we meditate with Tally as well?
I think all of the above.
Kinky.
Yeah. So we can use the Steele to meditate as a group. And I think that it's, I have, so in my own quarters, I have like a mat and, some essentially what, some science fiction-y candles and other, coffee table materials.
Pretty sure science fiction candles would still just be candles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are just candles, man.
Right. But, basically like I've set up kind of like a little altar with items. Yeah, with items that remind me of my home galaxy, as well as, my current beliefs. And I will routinely sit down, meditate for, a couple hours at a time or whatnot in between our sessions in the Steele.
KO's just going to meditate in his oil bath. Take a long soak and think about the Force.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have a couple of exciting days while you're in hyperspace. So after a little while, shortly after you depart from Nal Hutta, Zatuza would have made his way to the briefing room, which you guys have so lovingly renamed as the stab room. Would someone like to explain that as per your current naming convention? Why is it called the stab room?
It's an acronym denoting what it actually is used for. Surveillance, tracking, and briefing.
Perfect. So Zatuza would go to the stab room to make a phone call to the client. The number that he was given from one of the guilds that he's been working with. And he would get on to the intercom shortly after the conversation with the client, and he would say, yes, could Berkin, Lord Grix, and KOB3 come to the stab room? I have some details about the contract that I wish to, that you need to know about. Click.
Zatuza. Yeah, it's Grix here. I'll be up there in a minute. Sounds good.
After a little while, you all, I assume, are you all going to the stab room?
Yep.
Are you going to go get some stabbing on?
Yeah, KO would drop what he's doing and make his way to the stab room.
Yeah, he needs to witness the stabbing.
I'll stand up for my personal meditation, clip on my mask, and make my way into the main part of the ship.
It's very important to witness the stabbings that go on in this room. Because if you miss out on a stabbing, then you have no idea what's happening, really.
So, Berkin, do you wear your mask whenever you go out amongst the ship? Like, does the crew ever see your face?
I try not unless I need to emote something.
It's like when you're pissed off at somebody, like take the mask off so they can see it in your eyes.
Sometimes.
Sidebar, Travis wanting to have this sweet ass mask. It's a sweet mask, but it has been really hard for Travis. His characters make a lot of facial expressions, and he is constantly making facial expressions behind this thing, but no one sees it.
Yep.
It's great. Yeah. So after a short period of time, you all arrive at the stab room to commence the stabbing. So once you all get there and get settled in there, Zatuza doesn't have anything to pull up on the screen, but he does have something to tell you. Thank you for coming. We still have a little ways to go, I am told. But for the time being, this is the information that our client has. I called them. So our client's name is Tamira Real. She is waiting for us on Corellia. So she has requested immediate pickup, of course, and has sent along some coordinates. So we are going to Corellia, but we are going to the main city, of course, which is called Coronet. She is at a very busy trading hub, so I would recommend you all to keep your head down. Being in a rim planet, there is sure to be an Imperial presence, and you don't want to get caught up in that.
Is this where you want JC to step in?
Anyone who can step in whenever they want.
Sure. JC steps forward to stand beside Zatuza.
She's actually not here. Sorry. It's just you four and Zatuza.
Yeah, I thought this was crew only.
Yeah. This is
Zatuza asked for all of us by name.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
perhaps you can call her in.
She walks in through the door as Zatuza's finishing off his speech, and she steps up to stand beside him.
Thank you for joining us, JC.
She nods at him before bringing her clipboard up, and she starts to scan down it. Yes, well, it is imperative that you maintain your professionalism. Remember that it isn't just your financial well-being on the line here, but also that of the rest of the crew. We are a fledgling company in a cutthroat industry. Maintain your composure. Do not employ messy, disorganized tactics, and do everything possible to set our company apart from the chaff. Now, we also want to ensure that our client is happy. That means regular check-ins via holo message, comlink, or in person. Do not do anything that will create collateral damage, as we are not in a position to offer recompense. As such, I will be reviewing all actions taken through the use of Cambot P3C. Now, make sure you've been through the med bay and taken all your necessary inoculations. The hunter can assist you in their administration. The company cannot afford to have their main monetary agents under the weather. Thank you.
Thanks you, JC. That was
Thank
a great
you.
briefing.
Thank you. What she said was exactly what I was going to say. Don't kill anyone, okay? Not unless they deserve it, I think.
No disintegrations?
Partial disintegrations, maybe. If you do disintegrate, make sure we have already received the credits.
JC is like shaking her head back and forth behind Zatuza in a very, very clear negative emotion. Other than the words, no disintegrations.
Right now, Zatuza, has Tamira hinted at the cargo yet? Or is this still unknown?
Excellent question, Grix. I asked what the cargo was. She insisted that it was a very small box of extremely rare Corellian calf beans called Corex beans.
I trust you understand that we are actually not insured for this kind of work, so it is imperative that also the beans make it to the client without any damage.
And I trust you understand that we only had 2 jobs to choose from. So it is imperative, though, yes, JC does have a point, that the beans do remain whole upon delivery. But I'm sure that Tamira will be able to take perfectly good care of the box as our passenger.
Oh, well, that settles it then. Simple cargo. I mean, these extremely rare Corax beans. Do you have any more intel on these, Zatuza? I haven't heard of them myself.
The last piece of information that I have, which I am reluctant about to say the least, is that the cargo will be accompanied by Tamira and her colleague, who are they're stormtroopers. So
wait, you're talking imps on our ship.
Yes, so be aware that this will be a job for the Empire.
Wow, can't believe that would come out of your mouth there, Zatuza. Working for the Empire.
Yes, well, we had to accept the job to have these details released to us. Apparently, the Corex beans, a small batch can only be produced once every 5 years.
And I suppose we're delivering these to some imperial governor who's going to enjoy some extremely rare beans while the rest of his world just crumbles to pieces below him, right?
Yes, and to quote Tamira, the calf is for an imperial moth on Ryloth, and she is in need of some familiar comforts from home. End quote.
Well, it does sound simple enough, and credits are credits. Am I right, gentlemen?
That's right. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can get back to our regular business.
Ko just nods his head. He doesn't know how to deal with this lady.
I was waiting for like how to deal with, seeing Imperials again, but it was just like how to deal with the fucking HR woman. I love it.
Well, she's in here barking orders to us, and I'm just like, do you know who I am?
It's great.
Who does she answer to? She answered to, is she like is she under Zatuza?
She's PR, man. She wants to make sure that we're doing.
She's PR for our crew, not for us.
She's no. She's PR for the entire company. We're a part of the company.
Okay, so she's PR, not HR. So
PR/HR.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, this helps because she's okay. So she's saying stuff, and I can completely disregard all of it.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You don't have to be listening. You can be flipping through your data pad, nodding your head. Okay. Yeah, does not matter.
PR is a great descriptor there. I thought we were dealing with HR, and I'm like, am I going to get fired if I end up killing somebody on this mission? I don't want to get fired, man.
No, but she's trying.
PR, HR. She's wearing two hats right now.
Yeah,
probably accounting. No, maybe accounting. No, probably not accounting.
No, but definitely trying to tailor the company into a reputable, something that differs from the other greasy, slimy, dirty bounty hunters and other companies of similar.
I think I'm offended. I think I'm offended by that.
So imagine that you are on a ship full of bounty hunters and mercenaries, and she is the one person that is trying to make the company look legitimate. That's the situation we're in.
Yeah. That was it exactly.
The uphill battle making us legit.
You're making it very hard by naming rooms like Stab.
I love it.
Steele.
I feel like Ko's going to want to go out of his way to make shit more difficult for her, just in general.
I
think that's just going to happen, man.
Kind of what you've been doing by naming your runes dumb shit.
Yeah. There's going to be more of that. Travis, congratulations. You've created a character and I hate her.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
I have an internal and real dislike of this character.
Very, very good. I'm sure she'll be killed at some point in the future.
Aww.
No, I don't want her killed now. I want her to be part of an organization that just does not go the way she wants it to. I'm going to drag us into the mud a little bit, I think.
You want her to suffer. You want her to suffer.
I do now.
Death. Yeah. Because this kills her inside. This just eats at her core, I'm sure.
I hope so.
You look like an Imperial droid, and we're going to do something for Imperials. So if you murdered somebody on camera, it would look like the Imperials did it if you were hanging around with the right people, right?
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a spin that we can use if stuff happens.
Like when KO looks directly at the camera and shoots someone.
Yep. It's very true. Love it.
What's her name?
JC Tillo.
JC Tillo has ordered me to kill you.
Oh, man, but that would like totally come back to you guys. She's employed by you.
Yeah. At the beginning here, 3 years into it, she's drinking coffee in the mornings. Another 5 years, and it's like freaking whiskey mixed in with her coffee. Her hair is no longer in a bun. It's just like all over the place. She comes into work late. She's got big bags under her eyes.
Travis, tell KO about JC Tillo's family. Is there anything he can do with that? Any loved ones that, she'd be broken up about if they went missing or anything like that?
Well, as a matter of fact,
KO's not about, injuring innocents here, but he's gonna do what he can to make our missions go not as cleanly as she wants.
Okay, so she looks around at people who are clearly not interested in what she has to say, and her lower lip quivers for half a moment, and she goes, I know this doesn't mean much to you, but I am the sole survivor of my family. My little brother, Lontillo, was murdered by the Imperials. I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that we have a force that can rival that of the Imperials, and if we have to start with a cutthroat mercenary team like you are in front of me, so be it. But I promise you, we will make a name for ourselves.
Thank you, JC, for your contribution. A great meeting, gentlemen. You are free to leave. I have to go. And he flutters out of the room as on that hanging go. Yeah.
Grix will catch JC's eyes before he leaves the room and just make a eye contact and then a solid nod, like, I hear you. Then he'll turn off and walk away.
KO leaves the room while quietly playing the Imperial March.
Berkin just has his arms crossed and he's shaking his head. And she kind of reaches out one arm and shouts back, don't forget to go see the hunter.
Hey, Travis, do you want to, like, I feel like this is a good opportunity for Brix and Jace, for Brix, what the fuck? For Berkin and JC to have a little conversation. I think they should talk to each other for a little while.
Travis is going to talk to himself?
Yes, I think this is a good opportunity.
So mean.
JC, I had no idea that your brother was gone. You didn't say anything when we were talking to you before. Oh, I know. It's been something that I've held very close to my heart. Well, I just want you to know, JC, that if any of us, if you want to talk to any of us, just please, you can do this. It's important that you feel like you're a part of the family. Well, that being said, I just feel alienated. I feel like my words mean nothing to the crew right now. That's true. I sometimes feel the exact same thing, but don't worry. They all have thick skins and they all mean well. I'm sure everything is going to come out just fine in the end. Now, why don't you point me in the direction of the hunter and then I can go get that inoculation that you were talking about? Yes, it's over that way. If you take the second right past out of the stab room and on the second floor. And Berkin leaves the room.
So are we pronouncing it Hunter then, or the Hunt-ER?
The hunter.
Oh, it's the hunter. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that the last ER letters couldn't be abbreviated well. So the teacher.
Gotcha. Feel like this crew takes some liberties on,
Okay. All right. We got to go find this, where's the name? Turks. Because Grix and Turks, we've got to put some temporary signs up to cover some certain signs in the ship, specifically in the areas around where our imp friends will be hanging out.
What sort of signs?
All right, Turks, come on. We got to cover up these signs here. The stab room, the Steele, it's going to throw our imp friends off, and they're going to think we're they're going to think we're strangely, up to something we're not. We're going to start again.
I think that I think the names should be just like that. They're just names. Nobody puts two and two together or whatever. And it's just a thing that is.
Oh, we're going to leave it? Okay.
Unless you want to make a big deal out of it. I thought you meant like hiding our cargo and stuff.
I thought you were talking about, like, because it's Grix talking, I thought you had made up some sort of anti-imperial propaganda posters and plastered them all over the wall.
But sure,
that's what I thought you were talking about.
Like the Imperials, they know that we're they know the type of business that we perform, right? I don't think it's gonna.
All right, Turk, come on, you got to help me put up these signs. I made up these bad Imperial jokes, things like I got to come up with a bad Imperial joke now. Oh, I need something about a stormtrooper missing. Anyway, well, I'll come up with some fun jokes. Just help me write them down, and we got to put them up around certain rooms, around the imp quarters. You You're cool with that, Turks? You got some good imp puns and back in the
What?
back of your
No,
head there.
these posters are part of the ship. You can't possibly take them down. They're who we are.
No, we're gonna put them back up. Just with imps go home and stuff written on them, stuff like that. Come on, it'll
All right,
be fine.
Mr. Grix. All right, Mr. Grix. We'll take down the signs.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Anything you need, Mr. Grix, we'll do.
You're a swell guy, Turks. And Grix will do a bit of a dab and then continue down the hallway.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that last part?
Yeah, Grix will sort of take his arms and hold them out in front of him and sort of swing them to one side, dashing his head down towards his toes briefly, just for a moment, and then he'll walk towards the printer room where we're gonna make some print adjustments and make some sign additions. What have I said? Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I remember how you threatened to leave if any of us dabbed ever during a session.
Oh, fortunately, I was off microwaving my coffee when that happened.
Oh no!
Spectacular timing on the dab.
Is dabbing off limits? Is that
It has been super off limits for Aaron, and you not only dabbed, but then so accurately described and detailed the action of the dab. It was beautiful.
Good times.
It was funny. We were all tempted. We're like, we didn't know how far we could push that. We're like, should we do it? Should one of us dab?
I believe character deaths were threatened.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was like, yeah.
I don't care. You can dab, but I'm just know that if you're dabbing, I'm cringing inside for you.
So Turks is unsure if he sees Grix dab, and he will emulate that, thinking that's like the salute form for the for the crew. Like, this is what the crew does. So they like he also dips down into a quick dab.
Bread's Discord has frozen.
Oh,
Turks will now be greeting the crew with a dab.
yeah. I mean, it is like a big.
You said Bread's down?
Yeah, Bread's down. Man down. I mean, gank down.
Sorry, I was losing it when he was describing the dab. He said he dabbed, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? That you need to repeat that for me, please. And he goes into this long thing about the dab, and I'm just like dying inside over here. It was awesome.
Man, I cannot tell you the timing of that. It's honestly insane. I haven't gotten up at all, and it was like, fucking Turks and Grix are gonna talk. Okay, I have a second to go and heat up my coffee. Amazing timing. So anyway, the 2 days pass. All of these conversations and happen. They'll happen, and all that stuff takes place. Training in the Steele room, having various conversations with different members of your skeleton crew. Eventually, you arrive at Corellia, a massive city planet located in the inner rim, a booming hub of industry, trade, commerce. It is not a glorious sight to behold, though. The smog lingers in the air pretty much everywhere. It's almost like there's a coat of grime on everything. Is very dark and dingy atmosphere.
Berkin his eyes are glued to the city as we fly over it.
Now, here's a question. This is a very important question. Are you all going to leave Zatuz's seat in orbit? Leave it in orbit, or are you going to take your shuttle down, or are you going to land the Kildabby down on planet?
Can the Kildabby land on the planet? Is it capable of atmospheric flight?
It is capable of atmospheric flight. It is a large ship. However, it's right on the border of not being able to escape atmosphere or leave atmosphere once it's landed. As you did fly it off of Nal Hutta to begin with. But it does, but most places don't have large enough accommodations. But you are on Corellia, and, you are, I guess you are on Corellia. So Corellia would have accommodations for you. Coruscant would, but somewhere like I don't know, like Tatooine will probably. I mean, not fucking Tatooine. What is wrong with my brain right now? Ryloth, not at all like Tatooine. Don't know where that fucking word came from.
What's Kashyyyk like? Is that mostly just wilderness?
Yeah, Kashyyyk would be, you wouldn't have a choice. You'd have to take a shuttle down. Ryloth, you would have to take a shuttle down. Basically, big cities, they can accommodate you. But little places, or you have a job that's sort of not really off grid, because I don't imagine anything's off grid. But if you have a job that's further away from a large city, you're going to be restricted with what you can fly in and out of there, unless you're landing outside of the city, and then it's up to you. But there's risks with that as well. So, yeah, big question. Are you landing? Are you going to land the Kildabby, or are you just going to shuttle down?
I vote shuttle.
Well, we're here to pick up a shipment. Would it be easier to load it onto the ship if we brought the whole ship down?
Zatuza has briefed you. The cargo is supposedly nothing more than a small box.
Yes.
And a garrison of troopers and Tamara Real.
Fair
Two
enough.
troopers.
Could we
Two
fit?
troopers.
Could we fit all of the cargo and passengers onto with the shuttle we have?
Your cargo is one small box, and your passengers are 2 stormtroopers.
And
I don't
Tamara?
remember.
Or just the stormtroopers?
Just the stormtroopers.
Okay.
I mean,
Do we have a
should
shuttle
take
for 6?
One at a time.
I don't remember us confirming like shuttle information, but that's my vote. Shuttle.
Yep.
Shuttle makes sense.
We haven't gone over any information about the shuttle. The shuttle, imagine it's largely just going to be like what the Phantom was from Rebels, something pretty small, sits a few, enough for like a few small items, but is more or less just to get you, land, just to get you on planet, basically, at least for the time being. We did cover that your hangar bay can support about 4 fighters, 4 starfighters, or 2 kind of River's Edge sized freighters. So back to that shuttle or Kildabby.
Shuttle.
Yeah, assuming the shuttle can hold 6 of us, I guess, the 4 of us and the 2 guards.
I believe it can. I mean, there might be down to standing room, probably not, but no. It's, yeah, you can. We'll say you got a shuttle in there. It's just one pilot, doesn't require a co-pilot, but there's 2 seats behind the pilot seat for like crew, and then like a row on both sides of the shuttle, kind of 3 seats on either side. So enough for 6 passengers, maybe not much surface area behind that. So maybe like a small little place, like a little locker for any equipment or firearms, and like little cargo nooks here and there. Otherwise, the shuttle is very utilitarian inside. Not a lot of coverings, like wall coverings, so there's a lot of exposed wires and tubes and all of that. So yeah, shuttle's very small, silhouette 2. I don't have any specifications for you guys on it quite yet, but it's just it's just a shuttle. It's a glorified airspeeder that can handle space. Of course, no hyperdrive, which should be obvious. Only repulsor sort of engines. Any other questions about the shuttle, or does anyone have anything to contribute to the shuttle?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I want to say that there's kind of like a go bag at the back that has like various things that we may need, like maybe some fake IDs, maybe like a change of clothes, that sort of thing.
Yeah, fake IDs are very important for the droid. That'll be very interesting to role play later on.
No, my ID says I am an astromech.
Yeah.
This is a beep boop beep, man.
No, but we can like maybe there's like a temporary tattoo you can slap onto your shoulder or whatever with like a different designation.
So you're going to take the shuttle down. You guys load up into the shuttle, and I am going to get that piloting check from Grix. The first check of the night. I will require a piloting check to get down onto planet just because we got to play a game here, I think. I think we should play a game. What do you think?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Stand by. What is the difficulty?
We will make it an average difficulty, but I'm going to... No, it's just an average difficulty. Nothing wrong here.
It's dose perps there, 2 purple.
Yeah, 2 purples. But you know what? We're gonna yeah. I think I will upgrade one of those purples to a red, just because this is the first flight of the shuttle. We don't know how construction went over the 3 years. The shuttle wasn't a high priority. It does not matter though, because what'd you get, Grix?
All right, Grix has rolled 1 success.
1 success. That is beautiful. It does not matter. Tally, with Tally's help and everyone's assistance, this shuttle is bolted up nice and tight. No mechanical issues whatsoever. Grix, it's you're very comfortable flying this shuttle. It's very intuitive. It handles like a dream, and you're able to break through the atmosphere cleanly and navigate your way down towards Coronet, the main city on Corellia. As you're approaching the city, you get hailed over your communicator, presumably by the traffic controller on the ground. My notes. Where's my notes? I had notes. There it is, I think. Yes? Nope. There it is. Found it. Coronet traffic control. Come in. I don't have a ship name or maker model for you. This is really thought out.
Traffic control. This is cargo ship Horizon on approach.
Cargo ship Horizon. We have a pad arranged for you. You are clear to land. Pad number 55B, cluster G.
Roger that. 55B, cluster G. Thank you, sir. All right, they've opened up landing pad 55G, cluster G. Somebody else got that right. It's okay. I wrote it down. Anyway,
I would hope the pilot got it.
Well, that pad looks open. Can we just go there?
Oh, no, that's cluster F. We're almost there. It's just around the bend here.
Yeah. So as you approach, there is a large number of landing pads in the area, placed in various parts of the city. Of course, there's sprawling skyscrapers all around here, and your vision is slightly obscured by the thick smog in the area. 55B seems to be fairly high. It seems to sit fairly far above ground level still. However, and you land down and you land accordingly, I guess.
So are we, I assume, how do we do for coordinates? Are we close to our coordinates, or do we have a traversal ahead of us?
It's fairly close. The landing pad, as the traffic controller may have said, they had a pad arranged for you, so likely they were awaiting for
your expected
Horizon intelligence and transportation. So they had a pad arranged for that particular company, reserved, if you will. But yeah, the coordinates that you have, you're looking at about a 15-minute walk to get to the exact spot that the coordinates point to.
All right, Grix will punch on the intercom. Heads up, Horizon crew. We are about to touch down. Oh, we're in a small ship. What am I saying? All right, guys.
Oh, use the intercom anyway.
Fucking great.
Just for the 4 of us.
Yeah.
Just for like the one guy that has to sit in the back because there's only 3 seats up front.
Yep.
All right, gents. We're looking at a 15-minute walk, probably touching down pretty close here. Looks like we're expected. Somebody hop on a communicator and see if we can't pick up Tamira. Anybody? No biters? No one's going to take a communicator out? All right.
Yeah, I'll grab the communicator and I'll punch in. I'll punch in.
I think from previous experiences, I think like Lurds, your your local communicator operator, right?
Oh yeah, I've got a communicator built in.
Because he like did all of the communicating on Nal Hutta, right?
Not necessarily true.
Anytime you guys were contacting Nephrim.
Yeah, for Nephrim, for what's his face? The other one. Holy cow, brain for it.
Well, let's get Brad some dialogue here. His Discord farted earlier, and it's been hard to squeeze him in. If you're cool with that, Brad.
Mm-hmm. I think I missed what was happening. Grix was updating us to where we were going.
Just call the contacts, arrange meet.
Yes. I'm calling this Tamira real.
Yes.
All right. Okay, what's this communicator code for, what is it, Tamira? All right, here we go. And Laird places a call out to Tamira.
All right. It does that little communicator ring a few times, and then someone picks up on the other end. You hear a voice, and she says, hello, this is Tamira Real.
This is Laird calling from Horizon Intelligence and Transport. Just looking to set up a meet point.
Hello, Laird. We have been waiting for you for a little while now. We are. Did you manage to land in the on the pad that we had arranged for you?
Yep. We landed on the pad. We're just debarked the ship, and we're headed out to meet you guys and pick up this cargo of yours.
Oh, excellent. We are en route to you now, so we could meet in between, or you could wait there for us to arrive. Whatever you prefer.
And where are we exactly? Are we still at the landing pads or just outside?
I believe you're still kind of on the landing pad, just in the shuttle, making the call. Could be wrong.
All right. I think we'll head a little ways away from these landing pads so we don't have any kind of onlookers to the transaction.
Sounds most agreeable to me. Just head towards the location that you were given, and we should meet up somewhere in the middle.
All right. Sounds good. I'll keep my eyes out.
Great. Tamira out. And she hangs up.
And Laird hangs up as well. All right. So just head to this coordinate point we got. They'll be heading towards us, and keep an eye out for them. We should meet up. We'll get a little ways away from the pads here. And Laird's just going to bring his holdout blaster and his assault rifle. What's that called? My holdout blaster and my ion blaster.
Cool. Okay, so Laird's going to go. Who's going to go with Laird? Are you all going? Is someone going to stay here with the shuttle?
Well, definitely not Berkin. Berkin is absolutely going with Laird. This is the first time he's set foot on this planet, and he is excited to also do a little bit of sightseeing at the same time as this contract.
KO can't cause problems for HR or PR if he doesn't go along.
I mean, that's a very valid point.
I feel like your goal in this game has changed slightly.
It has now.
He's got, holy shit. He has found another purpose for existence.
A new calling, if you will.
A new calling. One that I fully support, and it's great. What a great annoying HR person, PR person. I am a fan. All right, Grix, what about you?
Well, Grix pulls out he pulls out a large, it's a felt marker, space felt, chisel tip, and it's a bright orange color, and says, "Yeah, I'll stay here with the ship. Make sure no one funny looking comes onto our landing pad. Keep us safe here, and I'll see you guys when you get back." Will then go towards the shuttle with his chisel tip space marker and start drawing out the beginning lines of a hood graphic onto the shuttle.
Oh, nice. I like it. We'll have to take a look at that later.
Yes.
All right. The three of you head out. Grix stays back to, guard the ship. And you travel for a short while in the direction heading towards the coordinates that you were given. you walk about 5 minutes through the spaceport before it's an obvious sight that these two are your clients. You haven't seen a lot of Imperial activity in this location, like in the spaceport, but in the distance approaching you, like directly approaching you, there's two stormtroopers. One of them is carrying a small box. He has a blaster rifle on a sling over his shoulder, and the other stormtrooper is open carrying their blaster rifle in kind of like a ready position. So it's likely these two.
How do we know? Did we get designations for them?
You did not.
Uh-oh.
You do have a name.
We should just attack these guys, take the box.
Well, I mean, that would be up to you.
Ah, excellent. I see that you've got the box. We are Horizon Intelligence and Transportation. I believe that we've set an appointment with you.
The one carrying the box begins to speak, and you get that like stormtroopery sort of modulated voice. But he says, yes, we have brought the box, and we are here. We are waiting for Horizon Intelligence and Transportation. And that is what you just said.
Yeah, I'll reach my hand out and I'll kind of like snap my fingers at him and kind of like make motion for him to bring it forward. All right, let's go. Hand it over.
The other stormtrooper begins speaking, and they say, we will remain in firm control of the cargo at all times.
Look, you and I both know exactly what's inside the cargo, and it's not going to get used no matter how much Grix wants to try it out. So just hand over the box. You can come with us if you want, but I want to make sure that the cargo is intact, and the only way for me to know that is if you give it to me. So snap, snap, let's go.
I'm sorry, you are aware that this is a cargo and transportation contract, yes?
Right, and as soon as I have the box, I can transport it to where it needs to go.
You will be transporting us and the box together.
I look over at Laird and KO. We do need to make sure what's inside the box is there, correct? Like, that just seems like that's something that we need to do.
Can they open the box for us?
We could look with our eyes, not our hands. Laird stares expectantly at the box.
All right. So that's fine. Just open the box then. Let's make sure that it contains what it needs to contain. And then I wink behind my face mask.
You have the Empire's assurance that what the box contains is what it contains.
Okay. I crack my neck and I stare disapprovingly at him and I threaten, open the box, please.
All right. Let's play the game. Let's make a check.
What's behind door number 2? Box number 1.
So, Berkin, what sort of check are you going to be making for me here?
This is going to be, I think it's going to be a coercion check.
Yeah, it was kind of sounding like a coercion check.
I have a question about rules.
Yes.
I have an ability to downgrade coercion checks. Is it only against me?
I think downgrade coercion checks are.
It's when you're when you're coercing them.
What does your skill say?
I'm just opening up Ogdudes real quick to make sure I got it right.
I think it's because you're an imposing character, so it's easier for you to intimidate people.
Might be that.
It says I can suffer a number of strain to downgrade difficulty of coercion checks or upgrade difficulty when targeted by coercion checks by an equal number. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So if I can just be like behind Berkin, being like, yeah, you really don't want to test us.
Okay. Then we will downgrade the difficulty to average, but we are going to flip a destiny point to upgrade one of those purple die to a red die. So that'll be 1 red and 1 purple.
Okay. Seeing as Lord, you're helping me with this. What's your dice pool for coercion?
Just 2 green.
Okay, same here. So no change. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna like jab my finger at the box as I'm making that statement. Open the box, please. And apparently, I probably should have taken my mask off because I got like 0 successes, like complete wash. I failed.
Yeah, it's too bad. Everything looked pretty in your favor there for a minute. Okay, well, so you failed. But that's okay. No threats, no advantage, just a complete wash. The stormtrooper reiterates and says, The Empire, while we have chosen to select Horizon Transport Intelligence and Transportation for this service, we would not mind selecting a different courier service for our needs. Now, we are willing to pay you 7.5 K credits up front with the remainder of the balance upon completion of the contract.
Yes, well, the contract was to transport a commodity, and we must confirm that commodity before we can agree to transport it. I would like to try to logic them into agreeing.
Well, as nice as that is, as good as that all sounds, no, the Empire requires discretion in this matter, and if you cannot provide us with discretion, then we will simply move on.
All right, fine, discretion. And I kind of look up toward the cambot, and I could just see it's vibrating as if a certain person was watching it on the other side of the screen about almost losing a contract.
She's taken control of the cambot, and she's just like nudging you with it, just like floating and bumping into you, being like, "Stop it." Well, if we are finally agreed, then please take us to your ship.
So how many stormtroopers are there here?
The 2 of them.
And it's just the 2 of them?
Yes.
I thought we were supposed to be picking up Tam as well.
Yeah.
Good question.
Wasn't that who you were talking to?
Yeah. Tamira should definitely be here.
Tamira should definitely be there.
This all seems very irregular.
Did you ask their names? Perhaps one of them is named Tamira.
And possible. Stormtroopers don't have names, they have designations.
Yes, well.
All of a sudden, out of the shadows, haha, fooled you. Yes, of course you can take a look at the product. My name's Tamira Real. Let's go.
Nope.
I don't know.
That
Something
doesn't
seems
happen.
off.
Sorry to say that again.
No, it's fine.
Okay, group huddle.
Yeah, group huddle.
Look, I realize that discretion is very important for a lot of these contracts, and this is our very first contract. Like, how far do we want to go here toward, being a reputable company on the outside?
I'm not comfortable about allowing unknown cargo on our ship.
And I push the cambot away as it tries to go into the huddle with us. Yes.
That cambot just keeps on coming.
And I'll continue to push it away. Yes.
Mr. I want a cambot over here.
The fact of the matter is that this is technically a smuggling operation, and sometimes you just don't question what's in the cargo. At least that's how I understand it.
Yeah, I think we need to take them back and maybe just mark this down as personnel transport on the official logs.
The only reason why I'm saying anything about anything is the fact that it's the Imperials, and from what I understand, they're not a group of people that are very reputable in the Outer Rim. Anywhere, to be fair.
So what's the deal, guys? Are we doing this, or are we going to stand here with the stick up our ass? Are we doing this or what?
KO?
Where's our contact? Which one of you is Tam?
That would be me.
Frick.
Lord?
Yep. Everything checks out. I think we can get you guys back to our ship in quick time.
Okay,
Yes,
so
we'll be watching you.
huddle's over.
And your box. Kyo's going to watch the box.
I will step to the side and kind of make a sweeping gesture with my arm to allow them to walk past me, and I'll step in behind them when they do.
Lord will lead the way.
And as they step past you, Berkin, they both of them, you can see their helmets kind of move as if they're keeping KOB3 in their eye line for a brief moment before their heads snap back forward and they continue moving forward.
Oh yeah.
What? Keo's walking casual.
Yeah, that's not it.
Are you wearing any clothes right now, KO?
Yeah, I got my vest.
Kale, what do you do to cover up the obvious? I mean, what do you do to cover up your damage?
That's what my Commodian half vest is for. Is I have a tight-fitting vest that covers my upper torso, keeping my damage under wraps, per se.
And a small mariachi hat.
Yeah. Berkin is not going, like, obviously Berkin's not going to pick up on this, but the player, totally picks up on this.
All right. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, you guys accept them as they are, and you move towards the shuttle. As you're approaching the shuttle, you get within 100 feet of it, and suddenly from behind you, you can hear and feel this. You can hear the sound of blaster fire and feel blaster bolts whiz by you. As you turn around, you can see in the distance there is a group of, I guess they kind of look like ruffians or smuggler types. They're in that sort of attire, and there is about 8 of them drawing blasters of varying shapes and sizes upon you.
So my question is, do we know, like, Travis and I wouldn't necessarily know much about the Empire before coming to this galaxy. Has our group, like, do we know that the Empire is basically spread throughout the system at this point and are in control of a lot of shit? Because I think they would have had a presence on Ryloth.
So here's what you guys know. I don't know how much of your memory has been damaged or how much of it is missing, KO, but you did previously in your past life.
Oh yeah, shit, I'm Imperial. Do I know about the Imperials at all? Wait, I'm a fucking Imperial bot. God damn it.
I don't know what your memory looks like, but part of me is thinking you should.